This is a quick video kind of addressing Dave Rubin's philosophy on politics and on political activism. I've found so far the guy is more knowledgeable than I am, I'm sure, with politics. He has a political science degree, and I'm sure he has much more to say in the way of who he's spoken to and different opinions that he's had to absorb and battle and listen to. So I'm in no way saying that I'm more qualified to have a more sophisticated or nuanced opinion on whatever it is that he espouses. Now there's few things that he says sometimes. I've watched a few of his live broadcasts, and there's few things that he's said that's spiked at me in terms of, for lack of a better word, political mobility or even economic mobility. So he seems to be a capitalist, and capitalism is good. There are problems with capitalism, but as with any other system, there will be progress and there will be innovation and there will be changes to the way a capitalist system runs. You think about the influx of technology and the influx of trade and even the decline of certain economic factors like the way we manage energy and the way we manage climate change and the way we manage employment, the way we manage welfare and welfare systems. Capitalism is not some stagnant top-down philosophy. Well, it is kind of. It's all based on capital, but it is an ever-changing landscape. Maybe not as fast as some would like it to be. Maybe not as slow as some would like it to be. We're seeing Donald Trump in the United States doing this kind of isolationist, America first type economics, having companies relocate to the United States and possibly putting tariffs and taxes on imports and exports, and creating a somewhat of a self-contained economy. And Dave Rubin was right in saying that yes, people flock to North America, Canada, the United States, especially considering where they're coming from. It's a step up in terms of upward mobility or social mobility or economic mobility. But going back to the points that kind of spike to me and that don't necessarily agree with me is his belief in capitalism, to the point where sometimes I get the impression he really believes in somewhat of a classical capitalism. He also believes in this mobility when it comes to things like the foot vote. But I think it's a bit of a quagmire for people living in circumstances that don't allow them to practice their foot vote due to economic reasons, due to reasons of health. It's one thing to say that you would want your government governing locally, but for some people, myself included, I'm not lying here, the foot vote is kind of difficult considering the constraints, financial constraints, considering health issues, things like that. So I'm not disagreeing with him. Like I've said, he's a more knowledgeable guy, and I don't think I could have a debate with him and win. I don't think I'd be able to say anything at all because I'm not that media savvy. But those types of things really do strike me. The other big thing that I disagree with him, and I hate using that word disagree because I'm still learning all this stuff, but in terms of liberalism, I find it a little bit off to say that most people are liberal or libertarian or are so unconcerned with the private lives of other people. I understand that communities do exist, and with community comes a certain amount, to understate it, of interaction and communal cooperation, things like that. And I do believe the rights of the individual matter above, a collective. But to say that within communities and within a country, for that matter, that most people don't care about the personal lives of other people, I would say that that's a 50-50 type of thing. I honestly believe that there are a lot of people that do care about what happens in your bedroom, and there are a lot of people that take up issue with it, not just as a matter of communal gossip or communal or ostracism or anything like that, but as a political endeavor through their votes, etc., etc. And of course, they're allowed to vote. I'm not saying otherwise. But those are the few points that I'm trying to work through and understand the larger picture of what Dave Rubin's saying. But generally I find him to be an intelligent guy. I try to listen to all his live broadcasts anyway, because that's how I get my notifications. It's live on my Facebook. So anyway, that's just a quick video. I don't want to drag this on, but I will keep listening. Okay, bye.